Henry McClure live. About ready to call it a day. You know, I'm actually reporting right now for MCRE LLC, or better yet, MCRE Media. Did you know that I'm the voice for the rest of us? You know, you might be sitting home thinking it, and I'm out here saying it. But look at this. Look at this. Now, I don't know what's going on here. But that might be obvious. Look at this. To me, this looked like studio lighting. A perfect place. Look at that. This is no more dim lighting for Henry McClure. We're out here. This is like, you probably get some vitamin D here, baby. Henry McClure live. Hey, sources say in the streets that our city manager is conjuring up a new position. And I think that we need to look into this. And the new position would be a person to administer safety between the police chief and the fire chief. Now, if that's true, that's probably at least a $250,000 idea. Now, one thing I've heard is that the fella that they're considering is also from Dallas and could be a new friend or an old friend. But we need to look into this, and I'll ask the city manager to confirm that, and I'll post the results. You know I'll do that. But that is an unnecessary job. If the city manager, the fire chief, and the police chief think they need a third guy or a fourth guy, well, it's me. I'll be the liaison between the three of them. But if that's true, that even gives more credence to the idea of having a citizens commission. Because we ought to get the sheriff at the table, the fire departments in the townships. The citizens commission thing's a thing. Now, I was telling oh, did I tell you I'm running for mayor? Henry McClure for mayor. Think about that. Even my hat says it. Let's see, what else do I want to cover while I've got the studio lights? You know, these things are probably just free, right? To run. So what I'm thinking really deep down is somebody didn't show up to work. You know, why would they light this up? Because you know they didn't light it up for me. It's hard getting light on a core request. This city is amazing. Think about it. Let's go back to it taking 2 years to get a permit to build a Pizza Hut. 2 years. The one that Molly Howie wouldn't donate money to from the Economic Development Fund. Look, having a Pizza Hut up in 29th Street behind Ace Hardware, it's actually more important than Molly Howie and her job at the end of the day. I hope you can hear me over the noise of this generator. Topeka, Kansas spends money like we have it. So let's review real quick. $3.5 million to do Huntoon Street. Huntoon Street works fine today. $11 million so far in the acquisition and the deferred maintenance of the hotel, which I think will go to an insider already at Topeka. $9.5 million for the AT&T building, which I now find out from Jim Klossman that it's owned by Cody Foster. Thank you, Jimbo. A government that won't collect or force the collection of upwards of $8 million out in Lawrence Bay. A community that spends over $1 million on a consultant to do engineering because we can't get somebody to come work for us. Even the guy, and it's sad to say this and point the truth out, but the poor guy that worked for the engineering and traffic committed suicide. I mean, is that just how bad it is to work in this community? To work for this city? But the last thing we need to do is create a job, bring in an outsider to be the liaison between the police chief and the fire chief. Hell, just come to city council. They talk to each other. They get along. They seem to be friendly. We don't need to create another position. Let's see, what else? There's some more doozies still out there. $5 million that should go into streets and roads that the NGO Go Topeka squanders. And I think this is one thing Spencer's going to have to answer for as a Jetto vote, is all the money he gave to the not-for-profits that are charity. We shouldn't be using sales tax so Molly Howie can give it to charities. That's just not right. But look, what's really fun about this country is if you like the way that things are going, well, you know how to keep them the same. Man, we ought to put on a skit down there. Hey, where are the traveling actors when you need them? Henry McClure live reporting for MCRE Media. Shawnee County Doge in action over a generator. And I'm telling you, I'm going to get at that stack. I'm going to get at that stack. Henry McClure live.